So yeah, I'm in lockdown now. Spend time at home with my family, with the kids. Just keeping busy with them really. I mean, it does get boring at times, but it's just one of them things. You have to keep them busy. And by keeping them busy, you keep yourself busy as well. And I'm taking them outside in the garden, and we'll do some training together. We'll do some gardening work together. Just the other day, I was just had this on my head that I'm gonna sweep up the whole garden because I had loads of leaves and stuff. So I ended up doing that as well. So I've got to do a lot of house errands and stuff while the coronavirus lockdowns happen. So I mean, just nice to be at home and spend time with the family, really.
You've got the kids there. Are you having to homeschool? Are you teaching them anything? How are you keeping them occupied?
Yeah, so I'm trying to well, like, every night, I read a book to my little one before she goes to bed. So the eldest one, who's 5, Lamaisa, she's good because she'll fall asleep at the right time, and then once she's asleep, she's okay till the morning. Whereas Elena, the middle one, she's a tough character. She's just hard work. Keeps me awake till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and she never likes to sleep on time. So her time zone's all over the place. And the youngest one, Xavier, he's amazing. I mean, he just stays asleep. He's a baby. He's only a month old. But they keep me busy, and at the same time, I've got two houses in the same garden, so I'll walk over to the annex and I'll spend some time there with them, and we'll fool around there and have fun there. There's some toys there for them as well, so I kind of spread my day from both houses.
Yeah, it must be nice having plenty of room. What about how you are keeping in shape? How are you keeping boxing
Yeah,
fit? What are you doing? Have you got a gym at home?
yeah, I've got a small gym. Yes, I do. Yeah, so I got a small gym at home, and every morning I'll get up and do probably like a small little run, or I'll do like an incline hard walk. I've got a cycle in there as well, so I'll ride a bike there for about 30 minutes, and then also I've got like some dumbbells and weights and stuff. So I've got everything that I need in the house. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm quite good that way. So I've got all the right machines to keep me going while we got quarantine.
And what have you made of the impact that this has had on the sport of boxing, this long stoppage with no end in sight? I mean, lots of shows, big shows, have been cancelled already. How do you think the sport recovers from this, Amir? Can the sport recover from this?
I think the impact has been, it's been quite big on boxing. A lot of big shows have been cancelled. A lot of big events have been cancelled, and I think it's just put boxing a little bit back, and especially those fighters who want to stay busy this year and I get a few last few big fights in. And I just feel like such a time where you want to start the year off and then get into that groove of keeping yourself busy, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into that groove of keeping myself busy this year, maybe get 2 or 3 fights this year. But obviously, with the coronavirus banging right, and just as I was starting training camp, I started training camp. That's when the virus and the lockdown happened. Couldn't believe it because I was like, wow, this is it's a difficult time for us boxers because you have to understand, with boxers we need at least about 8 to 10 weeks of training to prepare for the fight, and that's what happened with me. So I was preparing for a fight. I was mid training camp till I got the call in to say that everything's getting locked off now, and it's a full lockdown in the whole world, not only in the UK but the whole world. So I mean, normally if it's only in the UK, then I've got good connections in America with different promoters. I can maybe get a fight over there, but it being in the whole world, I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like this happen.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we don't know when this is going to end, do we? There has been talks about some promoters running cards in TV studios and small halls with no fans. But do you think there
Yeah,
is a real possibility that we could go throughout 2020 without having any more professional boxing? Is
yeah,
that a big thing?
that's right. Yeah, it could. I mean, it just depends how long it lasts, but it could go the whole year without getting a fight. So, but yeah, I mean, I've heard a few rumors about them be. Sorry about that. I've heard a few rumors about there's been events which are gonna be with no fans. But I don't know how that's gonna work because I mean, you do always need your fan base there. You always need your supporters there to kind of motivate you, and you need that crowd there to kind of lift you up and lift your spirits up. But I mean, to have events with no fans or no crowd, I just don't think it's going to work. I mean, it's not going to work for TV. It's not going to work as a fighter being in the ring with no support or no fans. So I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, you've had experience fighting around the world. You fought in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, which I imagine is a very different crowd
Vegas or
to
UK, yeah.
fighting in the UK or America. But could you imagine fighting in front of no one whatsoever?
Honestly, the fight in Saudi Arabia was a little bit different because the fans weren't like the UK fans or the American fans where they were loud. They were very quiet and you can like hear a pin drop. But whereas imagine there's a fight with no noise or no crowd, it's going to be impossible. I'll never be able to kind of lift myself up. Really, it'd be very hard to do that. Look, I've had almost 40 fights, I've had 39 fights now, and every fight I've had a great crowd and it's been a full house and there's been a lot of hype behind it. But imagine walking into the ring with no crowd. It'll be very hard to lift yourself up.
I've got to ask you about Devin Haney,
Yeah.
Amir. He's been talking about some of the sparring sessions that you had together. What do you make of all of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know how the sparring sessions went. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to remember he was my sparring partner. And I think the kid just wants a little bit of maybe he wants people talking about him. Maybe he wants to fast track his career by mentioning things like this. I mean, look, sparring sessions. I mean, I never really like talking about sparring sessions because it's quite disrespectful. I don't want my other sparring partners to think I'm ever going to talk bad about them. But I mean, I've never lost a round in sparring. I've never been destroyed in sparring. So I mean, I think that should say all really. So yeah, I mean, if Devin Haney really thought there's videos out there, please post them. I'd love to see them myself as well. Yeah, there's inspiring. He never got the better of me, and like you have to remember, physically, I'm the bigger guy. I'm the more experienced guy. So I don't know where he's trying to go to get to.
So for you, Amir, Devin Haney is just using your name to drum up some publicity and get himself in the
Yeah,
press and the spotlight. That's what he's doing.
maybe. I think he's trying to piggyback, and then obviously you had the other fighter as well to say the same thing, which was um I forgot his name now. The young kid who Eddie Hearn and DAZN, he fights on that. Ryan Garcia. So that's another name. Ryan Garcia was another fighter who said the same thing. Look, I respect these kids. They're young, up and coming fighters. Respect to them for saying that one day they want to fight me, they want to beat me up or whatever. But I mean, you know, the different weights. First of all, if they were the same weight division, then it's different. We could say that. But with the different weight divisions, and I respect them. I respect their career, and I wish them all the very best. But sometimes you can you can bite a little bit more than you can chew. Really, So and I think that's what they're trying to do there. You don't want to rush into something that you later regret. And yeah, so I just hope they kind of just ease it down a little bit because I think it's a bit time that they realize there's levels in the sport.
Okay, I've got to ask you about a man who you get asked about every time you do an interview, Kell Brook. Um, he is in the mix to fight Terence Crawford, who you fought. What do you make of that? Good fight for him.
I just can't see Kell Brook and Crawford fight happening really. I mean, if it does happen, well done to him. Kell Brook, what does he have to offer really? See, when I was to fight Crawford, I was offering the name, the biggest support team in America and in the UK. Um, and he needed a big name at the time. Whereas now it's like he's going backwards if he's fighting Kell Brook. So, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna take that fight, but there's rumors. But look, if it does happen, it makes a good payday for Kell Brook. Boxing is a business, and I wish him all the very best, man.
I was also reading today that you said that if you can't fight in 2020 because of the coronavirus pandemic, you might
Yeah,
quit boxing. Surely there's more to come from
yeah.
Amir Khan. You look pretty good in your last couple of fights.
No, definitely, there is a lot. There's a lot more to come, and I feel in amazing shape. And it'll be very hard to walk away from the sport at this level. and at this point as well, because I'm still, in the top 10 rankings in the world and amongst the biggest names in boxing, and I still feel like, I still feel young, I still feel athletic and feel strong. So yeah, man, I'm just kind of just enjoying it. And no, I think I still got a couple of fights left in me, but I just want to I want to make sure which fights they are, and they have to make sense business wise as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So who do you want to fight next? Who's on your radar, Amir? Who's the big fight?
I mean, I love the fight against Manny Pacquiao. I think that would be an amazing fight because stylistically, it's something I've always wanted for a long time, and I think styles make fights, and I think that fight would be a perfect fight. I'm 100% against southpaws. I do really well against them. Um, Speed versus speed. We've used to be ex training partners, and we used to spar with each other quite a lot. So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, that would be one that I'd like to see, and I'm sure the fans would like to see. Another one the fans would like to see, I think, is the Kell Brook fight. You get asked about it all the time. There's a lot of bad blood between you both. Will that ever
Yeah, I mean, I
happen?
think it's been that much bad blood. Yeah, I think it's been that much bad blood that I think the fight's kind of died off, really. Kell Brook moved up to like middleweight. So we was always in talks of making that fight happen at 150, 147. Then I hear that he's moved to 154, knowing that I'm still at 147. Now, if he wants to fight me, he would have stayed my same weight, my weight division. But it shows that he doesn't want to. And obviously he's moved up a weight. So, I mean, now I think it's even got even further now. I don't think the fight's gonna be any closer than it was before. I mean, the closer it was when we was both at the same weight. Obviously, him moving up a weight shows that maybe he doesn't want it, or maybe he has other ambitions in doing different things in the sport. So yeah, I wish him all the best, man. Whatever he's doing. And at the end of the day, if the fight doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's just one of them things.
Yeah, and you're still in contact with Eddie
Yeah.
quite a lot. He always plugs it for Kell Brook. He still wants it.
Yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, no. I mean, look, end of the day, Eddie's a promoter. He's professional, and sorry about that. So yeah, Eddie's a promoter. He's a professional. And the day he knows that he's promoted us both of us fighters. Promoted me before as well. So end of the day, he knows that look, it's business. So I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more professional than just mentioning one name. There's other names out there as well.
Also wanted to ask you about Billy Joe Saunders. Of course, he got his license taken off of him after doing that
Best
video
thing
earlier
that's
this
happened,
week.
really. I mean, the best thing that happened was him getting his license taken off him. I mean, look, promoting violence is something we should never do, especially hitting women. I think with what he did there was disgusting, really. And I think, yeah, I mean, look, it's only motivating. It's only motivating him, motivating other people to do that kind of thing. Even though he made it as a joke, I mean, people can take that seriously, and a lot of people are going to try that. You know what I mean? At home, or maybe hit the girlfriend or the wife, or the sister, or even the mother nowadays. So he's kind of in a way shown that women are shit basically, which was very disrespectful, and I think it was very bad what happened and what he did. So I think he needs a little bit of a shake up really, and I think with him getting his license taken off him, maybe might be the right move, and maybe might be the right wake up call for him.
So you agree with the British Boxing Board of Control? You think they've got it right in revoking his license for this
Yeah, definitely. I
offence?
think it was definitely. I think it was, and normally the British Board of Boxing can, they do what they do, and at the end of the day, you hardly see them react that quick. But for that situation, it was quite serious. While people at home on their phones, people are getting frustrated with all this coronavirus and being stuck at home away around there for loved ones. Last thing they want to do is hit one of the loved, hit their wife or something like that, which he's promoting. He was promoting it being okay by beating your wife up or your girlfriend up or something. So definitely, especially in this time that we're going through, I think there's going to be a lot of frustration at home. I think last thing you want to do is do that. I should promote that.